my beautiful friends. How are you doing this gorgeous morning? Oh my gosh, I'm excited to get my day started. Excited to hang out with you guys. Look, there's a bunch of you guys in the queue just waiting to get this day going. Say hello to me as you pop on. And I am going to talk to you guys about a couple things today, a couple of really important things. Naomi, how are ya? Oh, and look, Matt's on here this morning. Naomi, okay if I make you a moderator this morning? You did a great job for me yesterday, if that works for you. And my husband has no choice whatsoever. We're just going to make him a moderator, right? I'm sorry, babe. You married me. You're now a moderator. Oh, good. She says, yes, no problem. She'll be on it. So yesterday we had, make sure you get that. You'll know you're a moderator because you'll see like a wrench show up. Now you got a wrench, okay? So that's how it happens. So yesterday we had a few uninvited guests on our morning chat. Go figure. And so I just, use that as an example to yourself that sometimes things doesn't always go perfect. And can I tell you, even when you take a walk in the woods, if I went in the woods today, I would see some beautiful scenic views and I would also see some wild animals. Okay. Think about the internet like the great wild. All right. So yes, there are wonderful things, but also there might be things that might be a little scary out there too. Okay. So you can do things to help yourself with that. And when you go live, especially, it's not a matter when you start putting yourself out there of whether or not you will see that. Like will I see any people show up and just try to throw out words? And those kinds of people kind of come up, well, they could come in two ways. They come in groups and like really try to spam a live that's going on. Their whole thing is try to disrupt, right? So if you get carried away and you get crazy and you get bothered by it, well, they've just done their job, all right? But we talked about whys in here. And there ain't nothing that's going to shake me from my why and my dreams, okay? Nothing that a little block, a little moderator, or anything like that can't do. So when you are going live, know that there are people that will show up and they could do some stuff like that. That's just live video and the nature. It goes with the territory, guys. Goes with the territory, all right? Sometimes people will show up on your lives and they'll show up under like human names, like you think, oh, that's a legitimate person. And then they could attack how you look or whatever it is that you're doing, telling you how awful it is, all right? So it's not a matter of will I see them? It's I wondered when you would show up. That's okay. That's okay. I got this, right? So never, ever get frazzled or anything like that because you are the professional and you, let me say it again, are always in control. Barb, good morning. Jocelyn, how are you? Maggie's on here. Sandy, Hannah, day 2 of forcing the night owl awake. You can do it. You can do it. We're powering through it together. Good morning, real housewife. Kim, Tina. That's right, Libby. And those people don't even subscribe to the golden rules of life. They subscribe to a different set of, I don't even know how they live, right? So the whole thing that sometimes people or groups of individuals like that can do is to try to throw you off. So the moment that your comment section goes crazy, the moment that you are basically, you're giving a speech, think of it like a convention. Like I always say, you're in a room with people, right? It is possible that you could be given a speech on the stage on your platform and your followers are there. They are in the room, the virtual room with you, and somebody could bust through the door. Somebody could heckle, somebody could holler something out, but you know what happens? They get removed, right? And that's all you have to think about it like that. So the more people, and as your business grows that you get in front of, you're going to find more of those individuals. That's okay. You just weed them out. It's no big deal, right? Live and go on. It's all part of it. So you can't let that bother you. So just grow some thick skin. And like I said, it's not that, oh my gosh, I'm so sad that happened. No, I was wondering when you would come because it just happens, right? Valerie says, it seems more people feel they can be more cruel behind it. Oh, this is true too. Yeah, this is so true. Very, very true. Oh my gosh. Not sometimes. Online you get every day. I'm always weeding off comments. It's your platform. I'm going to give you a piece of permission here to do this because I get questions sometimes like, I got a negative comment on my Facebook page. Should I delete it? I'm selling something and somebody wrote underneath it. Did you ever get this one? I can make that better. Or somebody saying something like, I can make that myself cheaper than what you did. All those tones, what do you do with that? Well, I am here to tell you, my friend, that it is your platform and it is a privilege to get to speak on your platform, right? is a privilege for somebody to get to interact with you. You don't have to respond to all your emails, right? You have boundaries, and you get to pick or choose who you want to communicate with. And if you are building a platform of a positive place where people build each other up, you're giving encouragement, but you still have those people that just cannot control themselves, don't even think twice. Just get rid of the comment, block the person, and move on, because those people do say things for a reaction. All right. Sometimes I'll get emails that way. And you know what I'll do? I'll say, here's my telephone number. Feel free to give me a call. Do you really think I ever hear from people? People will not say it to your face, but they just say it to just get a rise out of a reaction out of what's going on. Right. So you get thicker skin when you get a business owner, and the more you do it. Right. And it's like I said, it's just, oh, that's funny. I know what you did there. I know what you did there. Right. Judy says it's usually kids. I mean, kids like ages teens into the 20s. Judy, can I tell you? I see a lot of older individuals as well that really should know better. Jerry says non-creative people. And you get those people that say that too, right? But that's okay. You're in your own world. So your Facebook page that you set up is your own world. So do not hesitate to remove somebody. If somebody comments something, whether they're talking about, somebody up the road that makes it better or whatever, or they're trying to spam your platform with, unless you invite them, with, their Facebook page links, almost like support me. Those people are called like page pirates, just like a porch pirate. They come to your page and they try to, steal your audience, the one that you cultivated, and they try to insert themselves. Well, that's a bad way to do marketing, right? They need to come to this group here and learn how you actually build relationships with people. Most people won't pay attention. Most people will say that is absolutely rude. And so you have to make sure you do a service to people, right? So if you set up a Facebook group, set some rules, right? And this is what the group is for. And you agree to the rules when you joined. And if you can't stay in line with the rules, then you got to go find a group, because this is what my group does, right? And if you want to post XYZ, you can go somewhere else. All right. I dealt with this week. I'll give you an example. Like I said, business is not all roses. It's actually dealing with a lot of different personalities. And and sometimes you pick your battles, right? But I'm going to share this with you guys. I had somebody this week post into our Junk Monkey Paint Projects sharing group. Now, what does that tell you? It's Junk Monkey. It's projects done with Junk Monkey, right? It's a service. It creates a community for all us junk monkeys out there. It's on Facebook, and it's where we show up. So if somebody wants to see a color and go, what does that color midnight blue look like out of the jar? Like, I really just want to picture it on some furniture, right? People can see it. They can visualize it. You can inspire other people. You can get inspiration from other people. And it is a community of junk monkeys, hence the Junk Monkey Paint Project sharing page. So if you're trying to share projects that are not done with Junk Monkey, do you really think that's the place for it? All right. Sometimes people can't make that call themselves, so you have to make that call for them. All right. Or it's the Junk Monkey Paint Project sharing page, but is it really even a paint project? It could be, I don't know, some weird thing that you found that's not even related, right? So when you create your page, your group, whatever it is that you do it, I'm going to tell you right now for the rest of your life, and this will free a lot of people who sit there with comments on a page going, what do I do? I don't like what they wrote down here, Sonia. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Block the person. Move on. All right. And so, yes, page pirates, Hannah. And so, you know what? It is your platform. You get to decide who interacts. All right. And then if you decide to block them, they're going to be able to see, but they're not going to be able to interact. And all those people, like I said, they say stuff like that to get reaction out of people. And it's going to be really boring if now you block them, right? So, they usually give up and they go away. So it's not so fun anymore. So you get to control the environment in which you work online as well. There's a lot of outside factors, but there's things that you can do, right? Like the ban, delete, and the block. Hey, Sharon, Darlene, Wendy, Shonda. Good morning, Shonda. How are ya? You want to be a, a moderator for me this morning, Shonda? If you do, let me know again. Oh, Valerie, seems like people feel they can be more cruel. Okay, yep, absolutely. Anna says, I've had people leave me bad reviews and then not respond when I ask what was wrong. Oh my gosh. Guys, listen, I remember one time I had somebody quite literally that did something similar to what I did. All right. And they took they tried to share something directly onto my big. My, 116,000 followers this morning. My Junk Monkey Paint Company Facebook page, their business right onto it saying, guys, and of course my settings are set that you just can't, not just anybody. Go into your settings and make sure you have things set like not just anybody can post, because people will try to take advantage of you, all right, and things that you've grown. But I remember that I had somebody when I was painting kitchen cabinets, and I was really in the throes of painting kitchen cabinets for people, that somebody also in my radius, like within an hour of where I live, tried to post on my Junk Monkey Paint Company page saying, hey, I can do these looks too. If you need your cabinets painted, here's my number, call me and I can start right away. And I woke up and I'm like, this has been held for me to review. And I'm like, whoa, all right, like boundaries. Like, do you not know that you don't do that, right? You go over there, you create your own business. This is my audience. This is my family. This is my people that I have brought together. And you just don't get to do a shortcut and do that. That is absolutely rude, right? And you have to think about when you have a business online, this is how I think about it. All right. Now I have a storefront, a physical storefront. Would I allow somebody to come and holler and jump around and say nasty things? And I got customers in there and they're buying paint and they came to my shop and now there's somebody coming in, they're disrupting the area. They're yelling or saying not nice stuff. They're yelling out stuff like, hey, don't get that here. I'm up the road. Come up here. Like, who does that, right? That would not be allowed in a physical storefront. You'd be like, you got to leave. You got to I got to escort you out the door. You are not invited to come back here unless you can control yourself, right? And so when you have a Facebook page, you have to think about it the very same thing. You have to let people out, because those people would not come into a room that you're operating in and yell those things, right? So take them out, move them along. So do you know what I did? That lovely girl, she left her telephone number. Remember, call me. I do exactly what Sonia's doing, right? Page parts. And so she just left her number. And so you know what? I called her, got up in the morning. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning. I see that she left this overnight. Wake up in the morning, my page caught it. And so I called the number and I'm like, okay. So I called and she picked up and she says, hello, whatever painting service. And I said, hi, this is Sonia with Junk Monkey Paint Company. And I understand that you want to talk to me. What do you think she did? I am so sorry. I will take that down right now. I will take that down right now. And I said, yes, you will. Now I can delete it on my end as well, right? Don't be afraid to hold people accountable, all right? You worked hard, right? We're showing up here every single day, growing your relationships with people. Don't let people to come in and try to sabotage and try to walk in on you like that, right? You are not a doormat. You are not a doormat. Absolutely, Sharon. I called her out on that. You better believe it, I will. Tina says, do you tend to sell more small home decor pieces and furniture? It seems my small things sell most. Well, it kind of depends on where you're selling from. So if I'm selling from my storefront, I sell big pieces and small pieces, because people come to my store, which is a destination, and they're already going to pull up in the back parking lot and they know that Sonia might have some furniture in here because she does a mishmash of everything. So they come prepared, or they come looking, and it's a destination. Now, and I've done this too, if you go to a vendor show, it's going to be hard for you to bring big pieces of furniture, and it's going to be even harder for people to have to take them from the middle of a crowd and get them to their car that might be 3 miles away because they can't get a decent parking spot, right? So when you're at shows and places like that, and even vendor spaces, have a couple big pieces in there. I would not use all your real estate, your precious real estate that you're renting from a vendor mall, to be completely all big pieces, right? Because that takes a certain person to come in that's going to devote the commitment to getting a big piece. They're probably not going to be able to lift it themselves. It's going to need a little extra thing. They might not have a truck. They might have to borrow a truck. How many times have I seen that happen? Going, I want to buy this. Will you save this for me? I don't save stuff, right? I'm a business, all right? Do you know how I learned that? I started saving stuff, and people don't come back for it, all right? If you want it, you're serious about it, you can buy it. And yes, I would be happy for you to come back at the end of the day. I'll put a sold sticker on it, right? Way to go. So sometimes people have to get vehicles and they're just not in the mindset. They need the help. Their husband might work a different shift. They're off right now, but they got to wait for their husband to get home. So when you're buying a bigger piece, it requires a bit more of thinking through it, right? Whereas if you're doing a lot of smalls, somebody can walk into your store, into your booth, and they didn't even know that you were there. But now they saw a frame that you did, I don't know, a rolling pin that you did something really cool with, you know, a small shelf, and they can lift it to their car. So I would definitely encourage you to have a little bit of both, because for those reasons. Never heard from her again, girls. Never heard from her again. She knew exactly when you call and you say, I understand you wanted to talk to me. You just leave it hanging. And she, big silence. I'm so sorry. I will take that down. You knew all along you should not do that to somebody. You were testing boundaries. People will test you all the time, right? You have to train people how you want to be treated, what you will accept in your personal life, what you won't accept in your personal life. This is just general good life advice right here. The same thing happens with your business. You have to train people how you want to be treated, because people will, not all people, but there are people who just don't know boundaries, right? And they'll want stuff for free. Oh my gosh, we're going to do a whole chat on words that you can come back to somebody when they put you in those awkward positions and they ask you stuff, right? And you know the answer is no, but you're just trying to like get out of this awkward situation where you're going to have to tell them no now, right? And it can be hard to say no to people sometimes, right? But there's also ways that we can say it and to reverse it back from us to somebody else. And so I'm going to do a session in here where somebody says, will you take less than that? How about that one, right? How much? What's the lowest you'll go on that one, right? Who else has had that question? Because we've all had those questions. And if you haven't, you will get those questions. Oh, okay, you're on the way at the door to deliver some furniture. Well, that is a good reason, my friend. Hannah says, way to go. Absolutely. Oh, that is terrific. See, Hannah says, I borrowed my dad's truck so many times to haul junk. Yep, we've all been there. Tina says, I have my first custom piece to do, and I am so nervous. Tina, if you're using Junk Monkey, which I think you are, make sure you go ahead and you can use us over in the Junk Monkey Paint Projects community on Facebook. You know what? Post anything that you want over there and ask. And you know what? I think if you're honest with people like that and say, this is my first custom piece and I'm working on it. I'm really unsure if this looks good. Would you change it up in any way? People will want to help other people, right? It's just a natural thing. And if you come at it from honesty like that, people will give you genuine suggestions, right? And we can watch for it as well. Teresa says, I have a customer who always wants an item but refuses to prepay. In fact, I had to tell her again, she must prepay. Do it till the cows come home. That's what you do. You just do it till the cows come home. Lisa says, congratulations, Tina. You can do it. This is your business and you get to set the rules. And if people want to work with you, all right, then that is what they're going to have to do, because you have your own set of rules. And, I had one lady as well. I remember this because it was one of those times where you're like, is this for real? Like, I would never say this to another person. I remember one time we had a terrible snowstorm, and this was probably last winter. And so the schools were closed, state of emergency, like, you know what I mean? Because it was so atrocious. And we lived on the mountain area at the time. It wasn't flat, all hills. And when you have your own business, you can decide whether or not you want to open today or not, right? Just let people know. And so I had posted that we were closed that day. Stay home, stay warm, stay off the roads. Well, don't you know it? There's always somebody that will brave those atrocious weather conditions to go ahead to come and to jump into. Sorry, I'm trying to see what's going on here. Oh, Matt's taking care of stuff over there. Very nice. So remember, there are always people that will show up, even on a bad day like that, right? They'll bang on the windows. I've had people bang on the doors where you feel like there's a gorilla coming through. All right, people get a little wild in the wild. And so this lady called me, and I picked up my phone at home. And she said, you're not open. I'm like, no, you didn't get the message. Stay home today. The weather is terrible. There's a state of emergency. We are not open, but I need my paint. And I said very nicely again, well, I'm so sorry because, I'm not open today because of the weather. And she proceeded to get a little bit more angry. And I had to get to a point where I had to say to her, when you pay my paycheck, you can then tell me that I have to leave my house right now in the middle of a state of emergency and come out and attend to business, right? And so she quickly hung up the phone, and she called me back later and she apologized for her being that, right? Being that way. So just know that people You have to train people how you want to be treated. All right, so let's move on right here. Yeah. So the first thing I also want to talk to you about Facebook, okay? I'll leave you with this here. I have one more thing that I wanted to talk to you guys as well. We'll see if we have time because it's 8:21. Maybe I'll leave that for tomorrow. Or you know what? We'll spin it in today. So real quick, a bunch of you guys have said to me, Sonia, I need to change my Facebook business page for various reasons, all right? So what you're going to do is you are going to pull up your Facebook business page onto a laptop surface, if you have that, like, or a hardtop computer. Remember that what you see in your phone is going to be different than what you see on a website. You see definitely more options for you to work with, okay? So this is how you're going to change your your business page. So pull up your Facebook business page right now. You're gonna see your big smiling face right there, all right? On the side, you've got your menu, and there's a bunch of things written down on the left-hand side. It's first one I do believe says home, and then the second one says about, okay? Facebook business page, main page. As soon as you click on it, you're gonna go over here, you're gonna click about, all right? And when you click about, it opens up a tab that has the words under a general menu. It says things like category, name, and username. Now, I want to concentrate on these two things right here. So where it says name, right now, mine says Junk Monkey Paint Company, and it has an edit button right across from it, okay? So right now, mine is fine. But if your name has like 2019 in it, some of you guys told me that you use your own name and you want to change it to a business name, or even vice versa. All you do is you go into that blank right there, and instead of the name that's in there, you're going to click the edit button and change it to the new name. Now, what's going to happen is that if your name right now says vacuum and your new name that you want to put there says toasters, well, Facebook's going to go, you ain't going to do no bait and switch on me like that, right? You can't build an audience of toaster lovers and then switch them all over to vacuum cleaners to sell them on a business page. It doesn't work like that. So it does it as a protection. So what you have to do is gradually make the change in 2 steps, all right? So when I started my business, I was Sonia's Shabby Chic. Eventually, I moved on, became Junk Monkey Paint Company. Sonia's Shabby Chic, Junk Monkey Paint Company, right? There's not even any similar letters in there, right? Completely different. So Facebook's world, they're going to go, whoa, okay, you're just doing too much of a switch here. Like, what are you doing to your audience over there? What's going on here? That is not what those people signed up for. Our system detects that there's 2 big differences in these titles, okay? So what do? You keep the original title, but here is how you hack it. You do a hyphen, and then you add in your new title. So and this is exactly what I did using my example. So I went Sonia's Shabby Chic, I put the hyphen, and then I put Junk Monkey Paint. So for about a week, my page had that hyphenated 2 names, right? Junk Monkey went along with this, but I was ready to let go of what was on the front, the Sonia's Shabby Chic, right? So Facebook goes, okay, they still have the existing portion of the name here. They just added something onto it. We're going to approve it, all right? Sometimes this can come through at the end of a day. Sometimes it can take a week up to 2 weeks. But honestly, if you do this hack that I'm telling you, I've seen it happen very, very quickly. Unless you've made like a ton of attempts before and you don't realize that this is how you do it. It might take a little bit longer, but this is how you do it, all right? The hyphen, and then you add on what it is that you want your name to be, all right? It comes back, your Facebook name is now approved. So the Sonia Shabby Chic dropped off, and, so it got approved. So now I have a Facebook page that has 2 parts into it, right? And once that gets approved, guess what I do? I go back into the same place again. I hit the about menu, I go under the name, I go to the edit, and then I drop off the first part that I want to get rid of. And now this gets approved, right? Do you see what I'm doing? So you do it in stages, you do it in progression. Let me know if that works for you guys, or if you understand that, because it definitely works, all right? So the name that you have now, so for some of you, like your first name and your business name, and you want to flip it, you got to have both of them there at the same time. So you maintain your initial title of your page with hyphen in between. That gets approved. Go back in, drop off the part that you don't want, okay? Because Facebook goes, okay, they're still keeping part of their name, right? And so there's a consistency there, and that is how you do it. Does that make sense? Oh, good. Easy peasy, just change the name from the lumber mill to lumber mill. Good for you. Absolutely. That is how you do it. So you got this, right? Jan says, dang it, I was up making chili to go to the crunk. We're all going to go to Jan's house today and miss the beginning. That's okay. After this is done, I leave them up on replay. I could delete them when I'm done, but I do leave them up here on my page. And so go back and just go back and take a listen. You're good to go. And then invite us all over for chili. So yeah, just go to your business page that you want to change your name on. Go to the About section, which is over on the side. There's a bunch of things right there's my big shiny face right here, right? When you go into my page, use that as an example. You're gonna come over to the side here. You're gonna click the word About. It's gonna bring you up a little category under the general section. I want you to click the name part, make your name change, but do it in 2 swift moves. Too much, if you do too much too soon, Facebook will go, whoa, your name is not at all similar to what it was before. We're not going to approve this, right? It can really mess you up. Yes, Teresa. So Teresa's saying, I don't see that on my page. Does it have to be on your laptop? This is an example of yes. That's why I say anything that you have to do administratively, like when you're running ads, and we're going to talk about that, or anything that you have to do, it is best to pull it up on a laptop or a standalone computer because the mobile version doesn't always have all the buttons. And this is going to be one of those things, right? Which thank goodness, because, you know, when you're sitting at a computer to do big things like a business name change, you know, you don't want to accidentally hit buttons or anything like that. So it's nice to, your Facebook turns into like a completely different look. And actually it's for me, I find it easier to navigate around than on a phone. Sometimes phones can have weird views and you got to click this menu to open up this menu. Whereas when you open it up on a laptop or just a desktop computer, everything just becomes a little bit more simplified. It's laid out. There's more options you can click through. And like I said at the very beginning, it's always good to get familiar with what is on your Facebook settings because there's stuff that you need to change up right now that you've never ever known that was there, right? And in fact, this is the second thing that I want to talk to you guys today, since we're talking about Facebook settings. Some of you guys already have your Facebook name where you want it to be. So this is the thing that you got to make sure that you have on as well to go with it, okay? So follow the same steps as I just told you, right? You clicked on the About, and underneath that general page, there's category, there's name, and there's the username. So we just talked about the name portion right there and hitting the edit button, taking care of that, right? Get that knocked off your list. Easy peasy. You got this in just a couple quick, things with your fingers. But here's what I want you to pay attention to next. And so for those of you who may not have this in place, get this in place. This is going to be a really important way to grow your business. And I'll tell you why in just a second. But there's a part right underneath it and it says username and it's got the @ symbol. So mine right now is filled in with Junk Monkey Paint Company because I manually went in there and filled it with Junk Monkey Paint Company. When you're first starting off, Facebook will just generate a bunch of just completely, like, for example, numbers and letters and blah, 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 and Y's and Z's and X's, right? Okay, that's hard to remember anything that has Y's and Z's and X's into it. So I want you to go check, what does your username say right now after the @ symbol to make sure you've taken care of this? And I want you to put in something there that is specific to you, okay? And Facebook will tell you if it's been taken before because you can't take somebody else's link. So this is why it's important to do this now versus later before it's taken, right? So if I did a username @Sonia, chances are there's already somebody out on Facebook that has already taken that as part of their personal profile with Sonia in it, right? So what that does in here is that becomes part of your Facebook web link. And for some of you guys who don't have your website just yet, stay tuned. We're going to talk about websites and all that good stuff coming up. But right now, you just might need to use your Facebook page as part of your business card, as example, or a flyer that you're doing that you're giving out to people somewhere along the way, right? So what you want to do is make sure that you have this filled in. So because I filled mine in after that @ symbol with Junk Monkey Paint Company, if I type in, or if somebody says, what's your Facebook page? And it can be really confusing. Do you know what I can tell them? Go to www.facebook.com/Junk Monkey Paint Company. So if you fill that in right there, if I filled that in with Sonia Miller, I would say, oh, you want to find my Facebook? Yeah, absolutely. Just go to facebook.com/Sonia Miller, Sonia with an I, right? Remember, that's why when you get into spellings of businesses, I tell you that if you can avoid putting just words that have a different sort of slant of spelling on it, if you can take out things that, like, for when you get into, for example, Facebook business pages that have numbers into them, and if I called it like, I don't know, drab to fab, but instead of 2, I put the number 2. It's not logical for somebody to automatically think that it's going to be a number there. Yes, you can grow businesses that have numbers and that have weird spellings and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to tell you, you got to have a lot of marketing dollars, and it can be harder for you to grow your business because you're making it a little bit harder for people to actually find you because they don't even know if they have the right spelling. All right. Or if you have giant long business names. All right. Or if it's hard for you to say off the tip of your tongue. Go back and listen to the whole video on here about my best tips for creating your own your names for your businesses. Yes, it's going to be easier for you to grow your business because it's going to be easier for people to find you if you have a business name that it's easy. So for me, every time you hear me say, if I say even go on YouTube and search for Sonia Miller, Sonia with an I say that because you know what? There are other spellings of the name Sonia with a Y or a J, right? Sonia with an I. So just get used to saying those things. If you do have a name that has like, I don't know, drab to fab, make sure you use a number 2 in between those words, not T-O, right? So tell your audience that. So you just got to remind yourself, all right? So if mine said at Sonia Miller, then I would just say facebook.com/Sonia with an I Miller, and my Facebook page will pull up. So a lot of you guys that don't have a website will use this link as an easy way to tell people how to find your virtual, it's not a website, but you can use it like it. It's like your virtual business card, right? Put it on your business card, and that way people can find you. The other way that this little tag, because it has this little kind of like swirly tag right here, right? Whatever is after this, so mine is Junk Monkey Paint Company. So if you right now wrote a post on Facebook and you're like, I want to tag Sonia Junk Monkey Paint Company in that, maybe I painted something with her paint and I'm hoping she sees it and maybe she'll flip it to her page and then I get more exposure. You guys see me do that all the time, right? It's not because I spend all my days scanning the internet trying to find people. It's because people come to me, I know they have this tag and it shows then their post shows up in my notifications and I can choose if I want to approve it and go, wow, like yesterday, right? This is a great example of this color in use. I want to flip it to my page. They did a great job here and they get more followers and they get more exposure. So you can use this to your benefit, whatever you put in here. If I left this full of X, Y, Z's and all that sort of stuff, there is no way that you're going to be able to give somebody out a Facebook webpage, facebook.com/XYZ29847FSC-01 at Sonia Miller, Sonia with an I, okay? Jane at Paint Like a Boss at whatever it is, right? So you want to use words that kind of go with, that go with your business name. Ideally, you'd want to use your business name. You want to do this now versus later, because the same name that you want to put in there, somebody might have already claimed. So you get on it now versus later, okay? And that way you can use it. So this little thing works 2 great ways. The web page, but also so people can tag you, all right? So at any given time, if somebody does this little @ symbol on their computer and they're typing in a post and they start typing in the words Junk Monkey Paint Company, I have my page triggered that my page will be now become a clickable link within their post, all right? Which I said can go on to, can be great for collaborations. So for example, you guys know my Dollar Tree backsplash, right? Now I've put up my link to it already on my Facebook page. What I could do today and what I might do today, since I'm talking about it with you, is take a little portion of that video of where I'm cutting out all my words and I'm just truly focusing on that $1 backsplash. And if I basically repurpose that video, take a little chunk out of it, put it onto my business page, and I say, did you guys see? Because remember, Facebook don't show your post to everybody. So that's why you should say it more than once, okay? Don't think that, oh my gosh, I said it already last week. There's a lot of people who didn't see your post, right? Do them a courtesy, let them know what you got going on. So even when you're doing sales and stuff like that, everybody is not going to see your stuff. Don't ever feel like you're saying it too much to people, all right? Now, you don't want to constantly hammer. We talked about how, you're serving people in between when you're telling them what you're selling, right? You're spacing that out. But just know that when you say it once this week, say it again on another live. Post it again, but post it a different way. So that way, the people you're increasing the chances of people seeing what you've got going on, right? So yeah, this tag thing is really, really important. So I could take, this is what I was going to say as an example to bring it visually to you guys. So for example, I take a little chunk of the snippet of me using that dollar backsplash, right? and I put it up in my Facebook page. I upload my video directly to my Facebook page. And then what I do is I go and I find the Dollar General page, and it'll actually show you what they're using for their for their main page. There could be 1,000,001, not Dollar General, Dollar Tree stores, okay? So I go to the official Dollar Tree store. I can see right below their name, the @ symbol. It will show me like what they're using to tag their page in. I can pull up my Facebook page, attach my video, and go, did you see what a beautiful backsplash I created with my $1 Dollar Tree find? But I'm using the @ symbol before I type in the word Dollar Tree. Guess what? Then that becomes an activated link. It becomes bolded out. And now people can go directly to that website. But remember how I told you I get notified? The Dollar Tree gets notified. And if I've done a good job, if somebody sees that amongst probably all the links that they might get put into, some good, some bad, somebody has to weed through it, then at this point they can go, oh, wow, this is a positive use of our stuff. We're going to flip that. Now imagine if that post would get flipped potentially to a Dollar Tree audience. A Dollar Tree audience, they're everywhere. They have a very big national presence, right? That could introduce a lot of people to my world, right? And for me, I've always said I'm a girl on a budget, right? I look for ways to make my home beautiful on a dime. So if they could catch wind of that, right, then they could go, oh, wow, this is the same sort of audience, right? The people that love to flip stuff, find stuff by the side of the road for free, love $1 deals, love hanging out in the clearance sections. You see, that could be a great audience collaboration there. If they post it, then guess what? More eyeballs get to come to Junk Monkey Paint Company, and I potentially find more people who love what I've got going on, right? So that's why it's really important to get your business name. And then, like I said, if you've already got that nailed down, I want you to go in today and right here under the general section, see what your username says what's listed in this blank. And if it's not what you want it to be, hit that edit button, change it to what you want, and submit it for consideration. And it'll tell you a few little things, like a few little tips as well. Libby says, Judy, no idea how to create a page. All right, let me see here. Let me see. So Facebook business pages are created under your personal profile. You have to have a personal profile, meaning you have to have a Facebook, like a Sonia Miller page, in order to do a spinoff, right? Because think about this too, that when you create a Facebook business page, you're taking responsibility. That page falls under me. It has ownership under me. That's how Facebook knows who it belongs to. So if it wants to take it down, if you're doing something that doesn't work with them, you will lose, it can just take things away from you. Also, if you get into ads and stuff like that, you will link a banking account number. So your personal profile leads to your business. All right. Now I'm on my mobile phone right now. So that's why I say when you are on an actual, let's see here. When you are on your actual desktop, there's usually like, if you go right up underneath, so underneath your name, you're going to look for wherever it falls to for your version of what you have. You're going to click into, there's just an ad page. That's all it is. I'm just trying to remember where it lives to right now. Tell you what, tomorrow, let me do some picking around here, remind myself where it lives. And we'll do a quick crash course, because if there's people who don't know how to create a business page, then that is an important piece of information. And maybe I'll talk about as well, like the categories, because it's going to ask you a couple questions like, how do you want to get set up? And for some people, you might not even realize how you're set up can also have an impact on how you're seen. All right. So why don't we talk about, a little bit about that tomorrow as part of our chat. But yeah, anytime I've ever created a page, I've always just gone up in the corner on a laptop or a hard top computer and then find it in the settings. Oh, Jocelyn says, future topic, please. Editing videos just to have small portions of them to post. Yes. This is what I've learned, all right? That there are people, there are times when you can't make everybody happy, all right? I guess that's what I'm trying to get down to. And there are people that want to see you live. There are people like, I don't want any of the videos but you live. I want to show up. I love the interaction. I love the community. And if you're not live, I don't really watch anything else, okay? Then there are people that go, this is too long. This is taking forever. And you're like, this is real life. Like right now, this is what I'm doing. And I can't fast forward because, you know what? I'm going to need like 5 other people to make a live go in fast forward motion, okay, to get it all done. It just doesn't work like that. And people get demanding like that, right? This is live. This is taking too long. Well, it's live, real life. And they lose that concept because we live in a society of everybody wants it now, right? Wants it now. So there are people that love and relish, that love that connection and hanging out and having a good chat. There are people that don't. There are people that go, this needs to be done faster. Like, get it done now. I want to see the end. Get to the end. Get to the end. All right. Then you know what you do? You just tell them, you know what? I tell you what, click out the video. Yeah. When I'm done with this video, I'll leave this up on my page, and then you're welcome to use the fast forward button, right? But there are people that don't want no dialogue, and they don't really know you yet, right? Because they don't even know your personality. Sometimes you don't want to hear people talk that you don't even know, right? You don't even know if you like them yet, right? You just want the piece of valuable information that they're doing, all right? But you come with that. So they just have to be a little less anxious, right? A little bit nicer. So sometimes you can put videos up that are carved out sections. So for example, on my YouTube channel, right? Those are videos that I edit. So if I'm painting, I'll hit the fast forward button and now it's painted, right? Boom. It's like, roughly about 10-minute videos, not an hour-long painting a project, right? In real life, they are definitely more bite-sized, right? And so for some people, that's all they want. Take all the extra stuff out. I just want that capsule, feed it to me with a glass of water and way to go so I can be on my merry way, right? So there's that kind of person as well. You just got to know your audience, listen to what they say. And then there are also people that honestly, they might not even click on the video. They don't even have 10 minutes to give, right? They might not even click on the sound. They just are scrolling and see something. They don't even click on it. They'll just watch it happen within their feed. Like, they won't even open it up into a post because they want it now. All right, gosh darn it. So if you do even smaller videos, like maybe you do 30 seconds, all right? I don't even know what our attention span is right now as a society, but I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit better than a goldfish for some people out there, not everybody. I'm like you. I enjoy community and I enjoy hanging out and talking and taking questions and all those sorts of things, right? That I love that. But know that your audience is made up of different personalities. So if you can come up with, and we're going to talk about repurposing your content, meaning you don't just do it once and it's done, rather how you can repurpose it to be different things, right? You've done the work. That takes a lot of energy. And let me tell you, if you're somebody like me that's a furniture painter, and it's easy for somebody behind the cameras to say, hurry up, when they have never picked up a paintbrush in their life. And you tell me, is not painting a piece of furniture work? Yes, you can love what you do, but it's still work. It's a lot of work, all right? It's a lot of work with your shoulders, with your wrist, with your knees, you're bent over, and they don't even know what that feels like, right? Because sometimes, you know what? You're doing your thing, right? And you don't always air the dirty laundry. Oh my God, my knee hurts. Nobody wants to listen to somebody complain. Stick to whatever it is that you're doing, right? And then get knee pads next time. Put down something that's softer on your knees later. But, people don't always realize that. So you just kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. Remember, when you're in business, people will say things like that to you. That's how we started off this chat. People will come out of the woodwork and they will say things to you that are rude, but they'd never say it to your face. You know what? Block, delete, do what you got to do, whatever, right? So if you can give the piece of content that you've done in different ways, and like I said, I'll go into how to repurpose and all that good stuff. But yes, I will definitely show you guys how to do videos because it's very, very important. Video is worth 1,000 words. No, what's the word? How do we say that? Picture's worth 1,000 words. That's how it is. Picture's worth 1,000 words. What do you think video is? A whole lot of words, right? Yep, it's all just a work in progress. Okay, so let's see. Future topic, Instagram, using it properly in conjunction with Facebook and YouTube. Absolutely. I love these questions. And I will answer them all in long form. And I'll dedicate a video to it. Let's see here. What other good stuff have you guys told me? Hannah says, can a topic be getting started on YouTube? Totally can. Yep, absolutely. I'd love to start a channel, but don't know where to start. That is actually a great idea. Yep. Nice. She can't wait to do lives again. Everything in business, there is no shortcut. Remember, the whole premise of what we're doing in here, when I talk about growing, right, starts from a seed, pushes through some dirt, but eventually sees the sunshine and blossoms, right? That's the whole thing. If you are somebody who is a farmer, you know that you just can't plant the seeds, go to sleep, and wake up tomorrow, and all of a sudden you got beautiful pumpkins, right? It takes time. You have to water it and you have to grow it. But what happens is when you do it consistently, and you do it from the basis of I'm serving people, and yes, you're letting people know what you have for sale along the way, it interweaves itself, and people will follow you and they'll remember you. And when they want that, even though they're not buying today, 2 weeks down the road, when they do need some, they're going to think about you and they're going to say, you know what, hands down, I'm going to go get my stuff from there. I'm going to get my stuff painted from there. I'm going to go visit the store over here because they always take good care of me. And I know what they stand for. I'm going to get great service. And yeah, bottom line is people want to be taken care of. They want to be able to get what they need, quality stuff that they need, and they want to have amazing service. All right. And so we have to take the us out of it and find every day how to what we can do for other people, right? As part of our business page, ask yourself, why am I sharing this? Is it to educate somebody? Is it to bring a smile to somebody's face today? And if your answer is because I'm trying to sell more stuff, do what you love and the money will follow. It's not go out and seek of money and how much money you can get from other people, right? So if you go into business, always focus on how many sales you have. Oh my gosh, you're missing the good part of business, the part of growing and building relationships, learning along the way. So for some of you, you're planting, you just got the seeds in the ground, right? And you're learning what you should even water them with. And you're learning how many times you should water them per day. And it takes a little bit of time for those pumpkins to grow, right? And for you to really flourish. Sandra says live equipment, very easy. Do you guys have phones right now? I think the easiest thing to go live from is you can do a laptop like I'm going live from today, very easy, or even using your phone. If you have like a smartphone that gives you a nice camera, that's always great. Lighting, yep, absolutely. Even if you don't have a lighting package, I'll show you the ones. I actually just got some new lighting pieces. I'll share those with you guys here. But honestly, if you have a phone, if you have a laptop that you can get access to Facebook to, you pull up your business page and you can hit the live button, all right? And if you don't have lighting or any of that stuff, don't let it stop you, because there's a thing called the sun in the sky, all right? You just got to do it during hours, all right? And if you're going to find a place where there's lots of light, you want to position yourself in front of it with whatever it is that you're doing, right? At the end of the day, unless your lighting is atrocious, people will still watch if you're giving them good value. Good. Brenny says, use my iPhone. What kind of stand could you recommend? Why don't we talk about that tomorrow? I think that's a great topic. So since you guys are asking me a little bit about the lives, all right, let's do that, because I know that I'm talking about live video and some of you guys are getting ready. So let's talk about what you need and best tips for lives tomorrow. I got a lot when it comes into like words and introductions and all that stuff. But tomorrow, let's cover the basis of like equipment and the general best tips for Facebook Lives. And we'll start to branch into that tomorrow. Every day on here, there's going to be a different topic, but I will never overwhelm you, because I want to give you action steps every single day that's doable, and not give you a ton of stuff and you not know where to start. So today's 2 action steps that you definitely want to go with is making sure that if you need to change your business name, do it now before it gets later in life, right? Do it now while you have fewer followers than more followers. And also check out so that's your name and then your username, and see what's after your tag, all right? And then, of course, we talked about that it's your page, and at the end of the day, you can say bye-bye to anybody that makes you feel like, why are you posting that? All right, let's do it. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about equipment. I'll actually go, that'll give me time to go and gather up some gadgets that I have found, and I'll give you the links of where I found them, and give me time to pull them all together, because they're between my garage and in my art room. So I'll go get it, because I do have a couple different stands, right? I've been doing this for a while, but I don't have a lot. And I'll tell you the easiest way. And even if you don't have one of the stands that I have, that I'll show you the other easy way. It's like the hack, right? Valerie says, could you have Matt take a picture of how you have your items set up so we can see what you see when you are talking to us? Yes, this is the other thing that's going to be awesome for us here. So once you hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I think we have somewhere around 950 right now, the way YouTube works for any of you who are looking to get into YouTube is that you basically trigger things along the way. It's almost like you get rewarded. So after I've committed to doing so many videos, YouTube goes, okay, you know what? They're growing their platform. People are liking it. People are commenting. People are showing up. People are giving this girl hearts. So she must be putting out good content, right? It's not, we're not trying to spam people. We're not going to have, this is a quality account. And then it's like you earn the trust of YouTube, and therefore they open up more. It's like a video game, okay? And it opens up more layers for you to unlock. So once we reach 1,000 subscribers, so if you're watching this video right now and you have not taken the time to subscribe, please do so, because one of the things that it will unlock for us is a community member tab, which is awesome. So if I want to, so say for example, I do this video, and then I think it was Jan, right, that asked me about, or Valerie said, can we see your setup? What I could do is when I get off my live is I could take that picture or have Matt take a picture. I could go in the community tab. It's not a video, but it's a picture, right? Behind the scenes. Or if I want to do a screenshot, and you guys will be able to see it in the community tab. So it's like a secondary place where you can put stuff that's pertinent. You know what I mean? It could be just motivational bits of advice, whatever. We could also, it's a place where you can type community threads. So for example, if I put out a picture and I say, guys, call for your business pages. Who's new here and have not left their business page yet, or you want to leave it again, right? So when I get to 1,000 subscribers, then YouTube will go, all right, you got a community, girl. You got enough people here that we're going to give you a community tab. So I do see it being used for our benefit so that we could all have chatter on there. Basically, the community tab is kind of like a Facebook page, like that goes within your YouTube channel. And so you don't always have to watch the videos. It's a wall where things are posted, and you guys can comment under the pictures or whatever it is that I post there, right? So it's a good thing, right? Valerie says, Sonia, is it possible for you to start a private Facebook group for Sonia Grows so we could interact and share our pages and chat with each other? That is actually what the community tab is. So I'm trying to keep it simple, not be in a bunch of places. And so this is where I've just chosen to grow my community. So when we get the community tab, it's the same thing, but it's over here, right? But remember, like I always say in business, that it's important to keep it simple. And it gets hard when you have a lot of balls in the air and you're constantly, letting people in a group, moderating, all that sort of stuff. That all takes energy. And so to have it in one place, that feels good to me. And I think I think good for you guys too, because you're already here. So you found your way, right? And I'll train you how to find a community tab. So it'll be all good. All right. We are 15 days into it, people. Are you learning lots? I hope you are. And we got a whole year to go. It's going to be good. All right. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to get going. The coffee's almost gone. And I am going to go do some things that I need to get done today. Get working back on your Happy Junk Monkey mail today as well. Getting all those orders for antique lace out. So what are you getting into? I hope you take today to do something for your business that moves your business forward. All right, my friends. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. I think you're awesome. And I am so glad that we get to do this together. Thank you for those hearts, Libby. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Judy. So yes, if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching without subscribing, I would love it if you would take a moment, because it'll get us closer to be able to doing other things here within the channel that will just supplement each other and be a good thing. Teach community tab. Yes, absolutely. See you, Teresa. Have a good one. See you, Candy, Hannah. Oh, you're so welcome. Yes, learning so much. Good deal. Jerry and Sandy. Everybody say goodbye. Good. Oh, I love all those hearts. You make me feel good. All right, I'll see you again tomorrow. I will get up early and come back and talk to you guys tomorrow, because you guys give me such energy. And this is one of the things that I said yesterday, right? When I talked about how do you know you're doing the right thing for your business? Does it suck the life out of you, or does it give you energy? And when I connect with you guys in the morning and we just do this interchange of energy, I love it. All right, see you tomorrow. Be here, be square. Bye. Bye, Naomi. See ya.